Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. How often do you use these? If you're like me, probably dozens of times a day. We send them to friends, family, co-workers. They've become a fundamental part of how we communicate in the digital age. They add tone, emotion, and personality to our messages. A simple thumbs up, a laughing face, a heart, they often say more than words ever could. We see them everywhere, from texts and social media to advertisements and even on merchandise. They're a universal language understood by billions. But have you ever stopped to wonder, where did they actually come from? Who invented the smiley face with tears of joy? How did these tiny digital pictures take over the world? Well, today we're going on a journey to uncover the surprising history of emojis. To find the origin of the emoji, we need to travel back in time to 1999 in Japan. The world was on the cusp of a new millennium, and mobile internet was just starting to take off. A Japanese telecommunications company called NTT Docomo was launching a revolutionary new mobile internet platform called eMode. It was one of the first services to bring the internet to people's pockets. However, there was a problem. Digital communication was, well, a bit cold and impersonal. Text messages were limited in characters and lacked the nuance of face-to-face conversation. Misunderstandings were common. A young designer working at NTT Docomo, named Shigetaka Kurita, was tasked with solving this problem. He wanted to find a way to convey emotion and information visually within the very tight constraints of the early mobile screens. Inspired by weather symbols, Chinese characters, and even street signs, Kurita and his team designed the very first set of 176 emojis. They were simple 12 by 12 pixel images, incredibly basic by today's standards. This initial set included symbols for weather, like the sun and clouds, traffic signs, technology, and of course, a range of faces to express emotions. These weren't the yellow, circular smilers we know today. They were much more abstract, and the name, it comes from the Japanese words "e", which means picture, and moji, which means character. So, emoji literally means picture, character. Kurita's creation was an instant hit in Japan. Other mobile carriers quickly developed their own sets of emojis to compete. But this created a new problem. Emojis sent from one carrier wouldn't show up correctly on another. It was a digital mess. For emojis to truly become the global phenomenon they are today, they needed a universal standard. This is where a little-known but incredibly important organization called the Unicode Consortium comes in. You can think of them as the United Nations for text and characters on our computers and phones. Their job is to make sure that a letter A on your iPhone looks like a letter A on my Android or your Windows PC. They assign a unique code to every character from every language in the world. In the late 2000s, engineers at Google and Apple, recognizing the growing popularity of emojis in Japan and their potential for global appeal, began a push to have them included in the Unicode standard. It was a pivotal moment. In 2010, Unicode officially adopted emojis, assigning a unique code to hundreds of them. This was the game changer. It meant that a smiley face sent from an iPhone in the United States would now appear as a smiley face on a Samsung phone in South Korea. With this new standardization, tech giants like Apple and Google began integrating emoji keyboards directly into their mobile operating systems. Apple's inclusion of an official emoji keyboard in iOS 5 in 2011 is often cited as the tipping point that catapulted emojis into the global mainstream. Suddenly, billions of people had a colorful new language right at their fingertips, and the world of communication was never the same again. So, who decides what new emojis get made? You might think it's a secret committee at Apple or Google, but the process is actually surprisingly democratic. The Unicode Consortium is responsible for approving new emojis. And guess what? Anyone can submit a proposal. That's right, you, me. Anyone with a good idea and a well-researched proposal can suggest a new emoji. The proposal has to argue why the new emoji is needed, how often it would be used, and whether it's distinct enough from existing ones. The process is long and detailed, but it's designed to be open. A fantastic example of this is the story of the dumpling emoji. A group of people, led by writer and designer Jennifer Eight Lee, felt that the dumpling, a beloved food in many cultures, was missing from the emoji keyboard. They launched a campaign called Imagination and put together an incredibly thorough 15-page proposal for the Unicode Consortium. They argued that the dumpling was a globally recognized food, and its absence was a significant gap. Their campaign was successful, and in 2016, the dumpling emoji was officially approved and added to our keyboards. This story perfectly illustrates how emojis are not just dictated from the top down. They are shaped by the people who use them. Since then, successful campaigns have led to the creation of emojis for things like the hijab, interracial couples, and the transgender flag, making the emoji set more inclusive and representative of the diverse world we live in. It shows that this visual language is truly a language of the people. Now, while emojis help us overcome language barriers, they can also create some new, sometimes funny, misunderstandings. Because emojis are visual, their interpretation can be heavily influenced by culture. What means one thing in one country might mean something completely different in another. For example, the waving hand emoji. In many Western cultures, it's a simple, friendly hello or goodbye. But in China, it can sometimes be used to mean by we're not friends anymore, carrying a more dismissive tone. Another classic example is the folded hands emoji. Many in the West interpret it as praying hands or a high five. However, its origin is from Japanese culture, where it represents please or thank you, a gesture of respect. Even the innocent-looking, slightly smiling face can be tricky. In some online communities, it's seen as passive-aggressive or insincere. It's a fascinating layer of complexity. These cultural differences show that while emojis are a global language, they still require a bit of cultural literacy to be fluent. So, what does the future hold for our favorite picture characters? One thing is certain. They are not going away. The emoji language is constantly evolving. Each year, the Unicode Consortium adds new symbols to the set, reflecting our changing world, technology, and cultural values. We're seeing emojis become more customizable, with different skin tones and gender options. Some experts predict we might see more animated emojis, or even emojis that can be combined to create entirely new meanings. They have become an indispensable part of our digital identity, a shorthand for our emotions and ideas. From Shigetaka Kurita's humble 12 by 12 pixel designs to the thousands of detailed, inclusive symbols we have today, the story of the emoji is a story about connection. It's about our fundamental human need to be understood, even through the cold glass of a screen. What started as a simple solution for a Japanese telecom company has blossomed into a rich, vibrant, and truly global language, shaped by all of us. And I, for one, can't wait to see what characters we add to our collective story next. Thanks so much for watching. What's your most used emoji? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this little trip through digital history, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more. See you in the next one.